Hi, I'm Terry Murphy, and welcome to this segment of Women in Business. And my guest today is the famous Jo Garner of JoGarner.com. She's a radio host, and she is a premier loan professional here in Memphis, Tennessee. And one of the things that happens with women in business, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there are more female entrepreneurs in the United States every single year. And that means that there's more finances that are needed, especially when it comes to home ownership. And Jo, what are the top issues that women in business have who are entrepreneurs, self-employed, and want to get a mortgage?
The biggest issue for self-employed, and this goes for men and women, but is income verification. And on your standard government loans, they have a very, very specific way they calculate income. And a lot of times, and I've had this happen several times, where I've had a lady call me and say, "Hey Jo, I'm trying to buy this house. I have great credit, I have money in the bank, I have control over lots of money in my business. I just have a great CPA, and my CPA doesn't show very much income on the front page of my tax return." She said, "I've gone to my bank, I've turned my tax returns in, and they're like, you don't qualify." And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got a contract on this house, I got to close in less than 30 days, and my bank has turned me down. What do I do? So then they go to their realtor's office, lending office. So they say, "I'm sorry, you don't make but $5,000.
Oops.
So then the realtor goes, "I remember I've listened to Jo Garner on the radio, and she has said that she knows how to squeeze blood out of a turnip, basically." So they bring their tax returns to me, and Terry, it's just very simple. What I do is that, yes, I look at the front page. I see that their CPA says they make $5,000 a year. Not a good way to qualify for a $300,000 loan. But then we flip the tax return over. We start moving from the back toward the front, and I start adding back expenses that I know Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and these government-type loans would allow me to add back to income: depreciation, depreciable business miles, business use of home. And then we go back through and find very large expenses. And under the right circumstances, with the right documentation, we can prove once-in-a-lifetime expense that are not going to happen every year. We document it properly. We can add it back to income. Long story short, by the time I get back to the front of her tax return, we've got over $100,000 in income, and she is very happy because we have an approved eligible on that loan.
That is great information. So don't give up hope. If you have a problem, JoGarner.com, contact her, because she is one of the best in the business about how to make sure we all have the opportunity for home ownership.
Absolutely, Terry.
So, Jo, where can they get more information?
At JoGarner.com, or you know what? You can call me the old-fashioned way, 901-482-0354. Whether your home buying journey or your refinance journey is in the Memphis Mid-South area or anywhere in the country, I'd love to be on your journey with you.
Especially if you've had issues with bankruptcies or divorce or alimony income, I think you should go to an expert. Jo, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Terry Murphy, and thanks for joining us on Women in Business.